Not quite start time yet, but we're just about there. So before I put the headset on and everything, allow me to explain what's going on here. My name is Jake. I'm one of the editors at That Video Game Blog, and this is the very first episode of TVGB ViveStream, which is what it sounds like. We're live streaming Vive games. Vive being this VR headset on top of my head awkwardly. So there are a couple things you should know. First, I've never done a stream from a PC before. I've only done it through the Xbox One, which makes it really easy. So there are still things I'm working out and learning as I go. One issue that I've seen when I test this before is it might sound like my voice is really, really deep, which is not how it's supposed to sound. The microphone that I'm using is the one built into the Vive, so I haven't really been able to figure out what's going on with that yet. But today, covering one game, hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. It's a little hard to say. Most people just call it H3 or H3VR. Throughout the show, we'll be covering well-known games like this one, really small niche games or freeware games that you might never have heard of, just sort of anything VR that looks interesting. With that, I think, yep, it is time to get going. So, here we are. Hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. What is this game? This game is basically a shooting gallery type thing, and also just a general firearms simulator. It's known to the people who know about such things anyway, as being a particularly accurate firearm simulator. I don't know if that's true. Basically, there's two different types of areas. There are the things that are actually missions and games, which you see over here, and there are the shooting ranges, the firing ranges, where you just sort of practice with different weapons. We're going to start over here, and then we're going to move over here. What's a good range to start with? How about the warehouse range? Different ranges are meant for different types of weapons, but this one seems pretty general. I'm going to start off by showing you some of the basic stuff, some of the stuff that I find interesting. Once it loads, this game does take a little while to load. Any day now. Come on, game. I apologize if you can't fully see me. I don't have a lot of places to put the camera. The camera is actually my phone, which I've connected wirelessly to the computer using some sort of weird app magic. But yeah, my apartment's barely big enough for this thing to work, so there we go. The warehouse range. So, a lot of stages like you see here, well, I don't know what the hell that thing is, will have things already set out for you to try. So like this. Sort of? Question mark? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's a laser thing. That's weird. I forgot that this was in the game. Oh! And it blew up that barrel. Cool. Maybe this wasn't the best place to start. But we can at least make targets and waves here. So that's good. Lots of weapon types. We're going to start basic. Let's start with a pistol. Automatic pistol. Nothing fancy. Let's see. GoldenEye fans or James Bond fans in general. Let's go with the PPK. So, take the gun. Hold it like this. Take the ammo, put it in where it would go. Like that. This doesn't seem like it's the right ammo, but it was the one on the page with the gun, so I guess I'm going to go with it. Lock it back. Shoot. Something to shoot would be helpful. It says try 519. Don't mind if I do. Can't see in the video is that I am actually aiming down the sights of the gun. I ran out of ammo. Good news is if you prepare better than me, you won't have to worry about that problem at all. Because you spend a bunch of ammo cartridges, put them on your virtual belt thing here, and then one more to actually put in the gun would be helpful. Now let's see if I can do this, shall we? So, you know, pistols, basic stuff. Let's move on to something a little more interesting, shall we? Oh, actually, before we move on from the pistol, press down on the touchpad to get rid of the cartridge, put a new one like before, like so. Let's modify it. You can modify any gun in just about any way. This one doesn't have rails. There's a way to deal with that. Let's see now. Handgun adapter. Perfect. Now you can do things with these guns that make no goddamn sense. Like, for example, putting a scope on a pistol. In fact, this pistol won't even take it. It's too big. So instead, let's see, maybe we just need a bigger pistol. I don't know. Pistol, that's not really what I'm looking for, actually. What I'd like to put on here is a suppressor. There are a lot of them. Whether they'll all work for every gun, I doubt it, but it's possible. This suppressor is bigger than the gun itself, but we can attach it if we want to. This game's ridiculous. And the suppressor fell right off. I guess we should have seen that coming. You know what? I'm not actually loving this shooting range for what we've got planned. So, let's go somewhere else. Is the menu, turn one controller backwards, point at it with the other one, return to main menu. I'm going to go to probably my favorite shooting range scenario in this game, which is the Arizona range. It's got things on all different levels, so you can really test out whatever kind of gun you want. That stage had like one really close target and then a bunch of stuff really far off, and we want to test out everything this game has to offer. Once it finishes loading, there we go. Teleport, teleport, teleport. There are a couple seasonal things too, but let's start simple. Arizona range. So, we've gone through pistols, and maybe you're thinking we've gone through automatic pistols, but what about other kinds of pistols? Well, you probably saw in the gun spawner there are lots and lots of different types of pistols. Say we want to use a revolver. Ta-da! Revolver. Looks nice, right? Press the side button, press on the the left side of the touchpad to open that up. Now you can get individual bullets like so. These are not the, no, these are the right kind. You can also use these speed loader things, like so. To close it, you just, like that. If you didn't see what I was doing, I don't know where the camera is. There it is. Just sort of flick it. Oh, and there goes the speed loader for that one. It's okay, this one I can just load normally. These are your typical 6 shooters. So, guess how many bullets they hold. I'll give you a hint. It isn't 5 and it isn't 7. Also, as you can see in front of me, there are actually horseshoes. So these you don't cock, obviously, but you can look down the sights. Precise. Or you can just hope that you hit something. Either way works, really. I'm good with both. Explosives. Explosives are always fun, right? Got a lighter here. Flick it open. You light it by doing the motion you normally do on the touchpad to light a real lighter. Light this dynamite. Toss it over there. And watch the fireworks. Speaking of which, there are actually fireworks here, but we're not at them yet. Let's try a shotgun. What kind of shotgun? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I don't really care. Tube-fed shotgun, why not? I don't have a preference, really. Marshall Ultra Short. I'm not sure where I got Moltra from. Like, Moltres, the Pokemon? I don't know. So, shotguns are a little bit weird in this game. They all load differently. When you spawn them, you spawn a single shell. Say, I want more than that. I go to our little ammo spawner. We want 12 gauge. We find the kind of shot we want, and as you can see, there are quite a lot of them. Let's go with Dragon's Breath, incendiary rounds. You can spawn a cartridge like this to put in the gun, if we want to do it the realistic, slow way. Or we can just say load held mag with, and whatever empty spots are in here will be held with that. We can go ahead and put a sight on this thing. And make sure I'm doing that properly, though. Because if you put it on the wrong way, you cannot get it off. I'm not even kidding. It's a bit of an oversight. There we go. Pump it. That's always fun. Aim down the sights and you get that. Also with the shotgun, so you can shoot things. But you know, they don't hold that much ammo. Now if you want something a little more, shall we say, old-fashioned, break action shotguns are also in the game. These are a little complicated. Let's go with this guy. This one looks cool. There are instructions up here. They're not 100% helpful. Grab the stock to pick up the firearm. Cool. With the other hand, release the latch to open the breech, like so. Load the ammo. This is the easy part. Sometimes I just do that instead of bothering with the ammo spawner. Grab shells. Grab the foregrip. Alright. So, can we use this thing now? Okay. There's another one I was using. Oh, I know what it was. That was really confusing, which is a lever action. You have to sort of push it up and down like this between every shot. It's a huge pain in the ass. We're not going to bother with it right now. Next up, we want shotguns. Let's go SMGs and rifles. Because, honestly, why not? Where should we start? How about an SMG? Something nice and simple. Mac 11, MP9. I might sound like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to guns. I have no clue. Never even held a gun in real life. Which is probably for the better, honestly. Vector 45. That one looks cool. Let's give it a go. That's a big magazine. Or a big gun. What kind of right sights or whatever do we want to use? Let's try this guy. Let's make sure we're doing it the right way. I feel like I so rarely am. There we go. So with these, before you do your pumping or whatever, you gotta turn the safety off. Then you gotta find the handle. And you gotta aim and fire. Just press the safety button again. Nope, not on this one. This one is not auto-fire equipped, as far as I can tell. I don't know why I did that. That was a mistake. Let's do this. I don't know why I spawned that either, because I've got one right here. I guess that's why they offer you a sight. But you can put a sight on any gun, really. But not the most fun, to be honest. We can do better. Do an MP5K. Whatever the heck that is. Do most of it the same way. There we go. There we go. Let's go first. Not a lot of ammo, but we can, again, fix that. There's all my shell casings. And they disappeared. That's a shame. Tell you what, let's put a hollow sight short on here, because why the heck not? Though honestly, if we want to, let's go crazy, actually. Let's take this SMG. Let's just go completely off the wall crazy with this. Let's go ahead and put on a scope. Just a three times magnifier for this SMG. If you're thinking that doesn't make any sense at all, well, that's kind of the point. You can do crazy stuff in this game. This doesn't even seem to work properly. I don't think it's because I put it on... Yes, it is. It's because I put it on backwards. Wonderful! And as like I said, there's no real way that I know of to remove that. So... just checking my timing. Whatever, you get the idea. You can put a sniper scope on this thing if you really want to. I can't even... I've got that on it. Whatever. Moving on. We've done SMGs. Let's see. Assault rifle. Those are always fun. What should we go with? This thing looks neat. These actually work pretty much the same as the SMGs. Can I shoot that bottle? Yes, I can. Can I shoot that bottle? Alright, this is getting boring, I know. I'm gonna move on to the cool stuff. Sniper rifles, they work the way same as other rifles. One thing yet we will see when we get to playing with sniper rifles, they work realistically, which means that if you're aiming for really far away, it's really, really difficult to get things lined up properly. This isn't like your regular video game. Moving on though, support. This game is called Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, right? Here, show us some dynamite, but how about a good old-fashioned hand grenade? Pull the pin, toss it, couldn't be easier. Gotta love it. What else we got? We have a cybernade. I don't know what that means really, but I think it probably works the same as a regular hand grenade. Meant to be like sci-fi, like a thermal detonator from Star Wars. Cool. Alright. You said, alright, we've seen those. What's next? Well, how about this? How about a grenade launcher? Yeah. Thought we ran out of cool things to show you? I've got plenty. Sadly, you can only load one grenade into the launcher at a time. It can be a little hard to close. Notice that for some weapons, the game doesn't give you any instructions. Now, this one's pretty easy to deal with. But for others, that's a real problem, which we'll get to. Very, very soon. This one's pretty simple. You put it in there, you close it, you shoot, and explosions. Whatever. Moving on. RPG. I don't mean a role-playing game. That was the stupidest joke I could possibly have made. I apologize for that. Damn it, game, I'm left-handed. Fine. Sometimes you gotta be forceful with this thing. It's confused. I'm confused. Everyone's confused. This is a big-ass RPG. But, you know, you put it in the way you'd expect. Hold on. Am I holding this wrong? Am I doing this completely wrong? Yes, I believe I am doing this completely wrong. My bad. Like I said, not super familiar with guns and firearms and such. That's better. No safety on this thing. You better know exactly what you're doing. But you do have to actually hold the right part. Alright, never mind, there is safety. You still need to know what you're doing. Not bad, eh? Let's reset things if we can. I'm going to show you a gun that I wish the game gave me a little bit more information on before I started using it. Alright, time to say hello to my little friend. I could have used that for any gun, that phrase, but I mean, come on. So, now it's time to play a game of which way does the ammo go in. A game that I've lost many times, but I think I've got it down now. Nope. Maybe not. Yeah, okay, so the ammo comes out over there. There we go. Not so bad. And then you basically just start holding down the fire button. Here's what happens if you just fire it like this, though. And it took me a long time to figure this out. And, oh, where'd it, oh, it landed over here. Yeah, here's the thing. This thing is very, very powerful and has ridiculous recoil. So you need to hold it in more places than just the one. You can't Arnold Schwarzenegger this. I like how it smokes and everything after you're done, stays hot. Nothing happens if you touch it though. The game does not simulate your hands, which is probably just as well because they would get cut off a lot. Put that over there. Incidentally, in case you were wondering, you can actually toss horseshoes with this, but since you can't feel their weight, it doesn't work very well. Throwing things when you can't feel their weight, not great. There are a couple more things I want to show you before we move on to the actual challenges. First, miscellaneous. Fireworks. Tank firework? I don't know if I've even seen this one before. Let's give it a try. It's a looks like a little cardboard tank with some fireworks inside. We've got our lighter here. Actually, just for fun, for completeness, matches. Press the touchpad, grab a match. Very realistic. Use this. Well, that's interesting. Never seen that before. That must be new. If you want something a little bit more traditional, we've got sparklers. We all know who these work. Let's grab a match. Not as tedious as the real thing at the very least. Just throwing a match randomly won't cause any problems. Ooh, sparkly. Although these are a lot more impressive in real life. Let's try something a little more fancy, shall we? Actually, before that, thanks, Snaps. I love this game has some like really innocuous things in it just for fun, like this. I've got a box of these in my apartment right now. But it's still fun to play with them in VR. I don't know why. Because they never run out and you don't have to clean up anything. Hit them with some force just like the real ones. This isn't what you came here to see. Goodbye. Roman candle. Why am I using matches instead of the lighter, you may ask? Well, lighter can be a bit of a pain. Of course, so can the matches. I don't think you can legally buy these where I live, but we're still shooting them off on the 4th of July. So that's pretty cool. Anything else? Anything else worth looking at? Tippy Toy. You have Anton the Dev, Bernard the Tree, Fred the Pig, Javier the Meatmas, Jerry the Lemon, Otis the Sheep, Robert the Horse, Al the Paca, and Winston the Cow. Yeah, I have no idea why these are in the game, but they're fun.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Exactly, Anton the Dev. Any other guns to look at? Anything else exciting before we move on to the next thing? There are melee weapons. Aluminum candy cane, chainsaw, crowbar, drill, hammer, pipe wrench, tactical Yule log. That's some holiday updates. How about the chainsaw? See if we can't get this fucker going. hopefully they'll make things a bit more destructible later. Also 9, fair enough. One thing that's cool I want to show you just for fun. I want to do things, 1970s style. I want to do, pistols still on here. These are the pistols are going to be 1971. So, yeah, there are mostly the oldest guns in the game, really. They're pretty simple. One to a single bullet. Europe, how to not do that. And another bullet because he messed up the previous one. I see, you gotta do it just swiping mode to close it. Now it might get aim weight here, but that's what I have. I think I did like that. Really old-fashioned. Hey look, I hit my target, that's good. Now, I can get another bullet. Get back in, close the thing, aim, shoot, open the thing, get a bullet, pull it in. Very different from the modern stuff that we're looking at today. One last shot with this stuff. Oh. Alright. Been dicking around with some guns and that's been fun, but now I don't want to go back to my menu. That's time to see how well I can do with this. I can tell you right now, the answer is not very well. Not well at all. Can I do that reversing sound? Is that from the game or is that just me? I don't know, whatever. I will say the controls have been very responsive. Unless someone's meant to be thrown, though, it's hard to throw things. It's kind of a shame. Throwing things is always fun. By the way, while we're waiting for this to load, if there are any VR games you want to see me or someone else cover on the show, let us know. Try to comment here or on YouTube, where I'll be hopefully posting this afterwards. Let us know what you want to see. Even if it's an Oculus Rift exclusive, a lot of those games you can still play on the Vive with your traffic. So, let us know what you want to see while I wait patiently for this thing to load and go back to the main menu. I think the game might have crashed on us, folks. Because, changing my mirror, we can check the computer. Oh yeah. As far as the computer's concerned, the game is running. It hasn't gone back to the menu, it's just where it was before. So, there we go. You guys weren't sitting on the loading screen, you were just sitting on the range not being used. Worst World. Game. 2017 4th of July special. I haven't tried this one before. Let's give it a go. No idea what this is going to entail, but it should be fun. Sorry, we took a little longer with the random firearms than I thought we would. There's just a lot of fun stuff to play around with in this game. Loading, 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 loading. Be sure to let me know if you can, whether there's any technical difficulties during the stream. I can't read the comments during the stream, obviously, since I've got Vive on my face, but let me post them on there anyway. I'll see them later, and it'll help us in the future. As we wait for this thing to load. I was thinking I should go ahead and get a custom skin on for the Vive controllers as they're seen on the controller. Then I realized the way I have this set up, you guys can't see it anymore. I have downloaded some cool skins, I just don't use them so much since the way that the loading background thing on the Switch works has changed recently. Not the Switch, the Vive, excuse me. Still loading on my end. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have too much time to try Worst World, but if you guys want, we can continue this on the next episode too. Just let us know. Otherwise, I've got a few ideas of what games to try next. Some that I have already played significantly before, and some that I haven't. But there's one in particular I think that people who read a video game blog will appreciate. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do next, unless you guys want to see more of this one or something else. Again, just let us know in the comments here on YouTube, on the website, whatever. Did I mention this game has really long loading times? Because this game has really long loading times. Come on. This is something that's actually pretty typical for Vive games. They take a long time to load. Now, previously, until recently, what would happen is when you got pushed to a loading screen, you'd go back to whatever environment you had as the background on the Vive, and that got really jarring. Now they do this pleasant black and gray gradient thing, which I like a lot better. I'm pointing at it like you can see what I'm seeing. It's only set up to show you the hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades window. And let me see what you're seeing. You're seeing me still at the menu place, and I'm seeing a loading screen. I'd play some music, but this is Twitch, and I'd probably get in trouble. So instead, we wait. But you didn't think you'd see me dancing on this episode, did you? Now I'm guessing you wishing you had stayed that way. You know what I'm trying to say. I feel like this is taking longer to load than usual. It might have something to do with the fact that I'm streaming and I've got the camera going, which means I have Chrome open on the computer. That might not be helping. I can't really say. That's where one of my box things is. Like I keep forgetting you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. You're just seeing the menu screen. I'm seeing a black void, a black and gray void, with the game's logo, a loading symbol, and representations of where my tracking boxes and controllers are. So I see my controllers doing this, and so do you, but not in the game screen. I'm really trying to make things as interesting as possible while I wait for this to load. Unfortunately, I'm running out of interesting things to say. Some might argue I ran out of interesting things to say before we started, but I'm running out of things that are even vaguely interesting to say. I think it's still loading. It did take a while last time. But if we don't have some success soon, I may have to restart the game. That would be unfortunate. Just looking through my Vive library at this point, waiting for things to load. I realize isn't all that fun for you guys, but alright, let me take a look what's going on here. So the game's still running, it looks like. Is the issue maybe that it got minimized? No? The game is still running. It hasn't crashed or anything. You guys are seeing me as if I'm still in the menu here, but I'm not. Not on the Vive anyway. The Vive still shows me this black and gray void. What? Alright. I'm sorry. I think we're gonna have to reboot the game. Not fun, but sometimes necessary. Because I don't think it's gonna load. If I can close it, which I'm trying to do. I'm over here. I'm still here. Trying to close this game that doesn't want to work. You know, I knew we'd have technical difficulties today because this is my first stream from the computer. I didn't think it would be the game crashing, though. Well, the only thing to do is try to bring it back up again. Now, I'm hoping that my capture software here will immediately pick it back up. If not, I just need a second to get everything set back up. Of course, now we have to wait for the game to start in the first place, which also takes a very long time. Is it loading the game at all? Steam? Steam? Help me out here, Steam. Did Steam die? Steam VR didn't die. Sorry, guys. Like I said, technical difficulties were kind of inevitable. I didn't expect the game to crash and then immediately for Steam to crash. Alright, I'm going to pause the stream while I get this done. Oh, wait, nope, Steam's back up. Steam VR is running. Just got to start the game back up. Hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. Unfortunately, this is not going to leave us a lot of time to try out the actual game parts. But again, if you want to see that stuff, go ahead and let us know. In the meantime, I'm dealing with my computer being a bit of a pain. The game's loading. Hopefully you can see it. Well, you'll be able to see it once it's actually done loading. In the meantime, as I keep an eye on the computer to see what's going on, because it'll give me answers sooner than the Vive will. Let's talk about something. I'm really sorry. This was not the technical error that I was expecting to happen. I thought it was going to be something with the stream or the camera or something. But nope, it was the game and then Steam. Sorry. Here we go. Make sure you guys can actually see it before I start going back into the game. How's it look? Looks good. Awesome. Let's go. We're not going to do Worst World this time, because it didn't go great last time. Instead, we're going to do the meats preview. Soon to be a replacement for the modular range. That being this thing up here. Basically, it gives us targets and everything. Now we wait for this to load and hope that it won't crash on us. I heard the sound stop, which means it's loading something. Here we go. So, here we are. We've got lots of event-type things to do. Where should we start? I'm going to say casual plinking, because I'm not very good at this. So we're going to start here. Silhouette 1. Short-range targets. Silhouettes. No time, pressure bonus. Ammo mode, spawn lockable. Don't know what that means. Firearm mode, open. Basically, we're shooting silhouette targets. We can use whatever kind of weapon we want of the ones that are available to us in this mode, which is not a whole lot. We need to get points that'll unlock it for us later on. Now, actually, I'm wondering. I've done this once before. It doesn't seem like it actually saved my progress. That's not fun. But it is what it is. However, I can't seem to spawn any pistols here, which is kind of a problem. Just a revolver. Or a lever action gun. That's not very helpful either. Really? I can't even get a pistol, huh? Or is there... here we go. This one's unlocked. You unlock more guns as you go. You gain currency, as you can see. However, it doesn't seem like the game is prepared to save what you unlock just yet. because I've done this before. It's saying my sauce, which is the currency, is 0. Begin the sequence, grab the gun, warm up for wave 1. Let's see if I can do this, shall we? I need ammo. I was supposed to have brought it with me, apparently. So this isn't going to go very well. I was supposed to have spawned extra ammo before I started. Alright. Oh, I did not mean to teleport. I didn't know you could teleport. Let's go ahead and abort this sequence. And try again. And this time do it properly. One gun. One gun's all I need. Actually, I can just use this one, can't I? Nope, not what I meant to do. Something's... Okay, that works. Now I know. Lots and lots of ammunition. One more, just to be safe. Cool. Now we can begin the sequence. Scratch that. I'm trying to aim down the sights as I'm doing this. It's not easy. There's something to be said about this game's realism, because it's not easy. Or should it be? Even reloading is easy. Very basic. But we're past that. What we're doing here, maybe we shouldn't. I'm about to run out of ammo here on wave 2. It said ammo is, quote, spawn lockable, but I don't know what that means. Oh, I know what it means. It means I can get it here. If I knew what kind of ammo it was. Sadly, I don't, so this isn't going to go well. Sorry. I'll tell you what, forget this sequence. Let's try a different one. Checking the time. I've got time to try one last thing on here. So why don't we just do spray and pray? That seems fun, right? Time to let off some steam. Trigger happy. Non-stop barrage of targets. All sequences use infinite ammo. Some sequences use quick draw mode. Encroachment 1. Frequency with wave. Full auto firearm recommended. Cool. Let's find one of those, shall we? Can we use one of those? An SMG we can use. This thing. We used this thing before. But there's a couple differences this time. For one, I'm going to make sure I'm actually using it properly before we start. Alright, let's try to do this right, shall we? I've got infinite ammo, actually, so I don't really need to worry too much about that. But this time I am going to use 2 guns. Because, hey, it's spray and pray. That's what you do. You use 2 guns. Perfect. We're good to go. Begin sequence. Grab my other gun. Wow, look at all those magazine casings, or whatever they're called. At least this time I don't have to worry about running out of ammo. I kind of wish it's kept all of... Jesus Christ. I kind of wish I kept all of them, but even with them... Similar to real life. In real life, you don't have a big VR headset on your head. I was gonna say my name is Meat. And 94 plus 100 sauce packets. Which again means currency. Apparently 1,632nd in this game. We got time for one more thing? We got time for one more thing. There's a lot more to this game than I've been able to show you. With the errors and the loading times, it's made things difficult. I don't know what's going on there. Hold on a sec. It's just Steam complaining about an error. No worries. I mentioned sniper rifles. Let's give them a try. Alright. Let's get what we need. Not this. Not this either. Is a rifle of some sort. Ideally a sniper rifle, although all we've got is this old-fashioned one here. Though it'll still do the job, I suppose. Grab our gun. Go ahead and make sure we're putting the scope on properly. It does kind of make sense that you would be looking through the smaller part. Alright, let's check this out. Notice how you really gotta be exact with this. If you move around too much, you lose sight of what you're looking at. It says it's a magnification 3 times. I think you can actually make it more. I think 3 times is actually more than we need for this particular challenge, but let's give it a try. Oh yeah, ammo. Ammo would be useful. The problem with the sniper rifle. Well, the problem with this sniper rifle is you have to do it time and you lose your sight. Because this one can only shoot one at a time. I haven't been able to unlock any of the better ones yet. Gonna work on that in case we do this again. Okay, so it's not just my imagination, they are moving. This was not the right gun for this. I should have known better. Oh well, you live and learn and all that shit. At least hit one more target before I have to go. Right, of course. Or am I out of ammo? I'm out of ammo. Wonderful. But I know what this is, so I think I should be able to get more. Though I'm gonna run out of time before I do. That was the one, alright. Anyway, one target, and then I can put this to bed. I want to show you how annoying sniping is in this game. As you can see, this is only 3 times magnification. There we go. Getting a little better with this thing. It takes practice. That being said, I'm out of ammo again. So, and probably just like, yeah, it's just about time for me to go. Let me find the right place so I can be looking forward. Thank you very much for joining me for our very first TVGB Vive stream. I hope you had a good time. Again, if there's any other games you want to see, or if you want to see more of this game, just let us know. Comments here, comments on Twitch, comments on the website, comments on YouTube. We'll take a look. We'll try to do whatever you guys want to see. Otherwise, I've got a fun game planned for next time, but I'm not going to announce it just yet in case things change. Most likely next episode will be 2 weeks from now, but we'll keep you we'll keep you updated. Go to thatvideogameblog.com for all of our latest announcements, as well as our reviews and news posts, editorials, all that stuff, including 2 on-the-ground recaps from myself and my fellow writer Joel of the disastrous Pokemon Go Fest here in Chicago. Again, that's thatvideogameblog.com, all one word and everything. And yeah, join us again next time. I will now try to end the stream.